Hey guys, just want to read what I wrote a long time ago on the Experience Project. I totally forgotten that I written this, and just recently got an email that someone wanted to connect with me, but I don't. Okay, well, it says, finally I have answers. Well, to start out, all this started in September of 2010. I had finally got insurance through my work, so I decided to go to the eye doctor to see if I needed glasses because I would get these really severe headaches. Well, it was decided that I needed glasses for daily use, so after I've been wearing them for a while, I've noticed that my headaches had lessened some, but I noticed severe pain behind my eye. So I went back to the same provider and explained my symptoms, and he thought that I had shingles in my eye. Being a registered medical assistant, I thought that was kind of strange, but went along with it. He had put me on a dose of Valtrex to take and to come back when I had finished. Taking the pills didn't change a thing, just became worse. So again, we go back to the same provider and explain there is something wrong with my vision. It's blurry and I have extreme pain behind my eye. So I finally did a test that measures the side of the optic nerves. He did both, and when the results came back, he was like, "Oh, they are swollen. Let me call someone way here." So I just moved to Oklahoma. I didn't have a PCP. He recommended one down the road from his building, so he sent me down there right after he was done with me. Getting to the new PCP, I had to explain everything all over again. I had other symptoms like numb and tingly sensations, no balance, unable to walk at times, stuff like that. So he thought it was MS because all my symptoms matched up to that. They did a lot of blood work. Tests came back all good except for one. I had a positive HLA-B27. He sent me to a neurologist to figure things out. He was supposed to be the best one in the state, I was told. I had my appointment with him and again had to explain it all over again, my symptoms. He just looked at me like I was stupid. He did his little testing in his office. He sent me for a brain and spinal MRI. Those came back okay. Around the end of October, the pain in my eye got so bad that I had to be admitted in the hospital. They ran many tests, had my first spinal tap, which was horrible. It was done by a student. I had another MRI. I was in the hospital for 3 days. It wasn't that long, but the pain management helped a lot. So I was unable to leave my couch due to the spinal headache. Neuro seemed like he didn't care. He told me that if it lasted longer than 7 days, then come back to have a blood patch done. On the 7th day, it did go away. I had a follow-up with my PCP and neurologist. Everything was coming back okay. A primary doctor was concerned, but neuro wasn't. He had stated that he didn't know what was going on and that he was not going to give me a diagnosis. So there, I suffered. Lost my insurance that following December. I was the primary breadwinner for the household. My husband stayed at home and took care of our 3 kids. Well, now we have 4. The reason I lost my insurance is because I had gotten sick and went into the hospital and missed work days. I was going to return to work the following week, but that was not good enough, so they let me go because they couldn't hold my position anymore. Well, my husband got a job through the temp agency in February, which carried insurance. Awesome. But the downside, he had to wait 3 months to be able to use it. During the 3 months, I was in contact with the MS Society and they gave me a bunch of referrals. May 2011 had rolled around and I made that appointment with my PCP. He just looked me over, asked me a couple of questions, and gave me a couple of scripts, and I told him about the neurologist the MS Society had given me. They set the appointment up, but it was going to be the end of July, which was 3 months away, so more waiting. Finally, the day came. His name was Dr. Webb. We sat and talked a bit. He looked in my eyes and he was like, "Whoa, your eyes do not look good at all. Tell me about that." So told him about that. He started to say, "I don't think you have MS. I think you have what is called pseudotumor psoriasis." So he explained what that was, but I didn't really register that well. He said I needed to start taking these pills, Diamox and Cymbalta, and see an eye doctor right away. He already had one in mind, so he set me up with him. I go to that appointment and had to explain again, but not as much. My vision has decreased some. They did some more tests, and he also did agree that he thought that's what was going on. They took a picture of the back of my eye, and it was very swollen. Had a follow-up with the neuro after the eye appointment to discuss things. I had made some concerns about the side effects I was having to the medication, and he gave me some pain meds since shining lights in my eyes really irritates them and makes them hurt even more. He discussed with me that since I was having all these side effects to the medications that he thinks I need to have the optic nerve sheath fenestration. There's only one provider in the state of Oklahoma that does the procedure, and he is in Oklahoma City. We were able to get an appointment right away. We finally got to meet Dr. Ferris, the most aggressive surgeon in the U.S. I had to explain from the beginning what was happening. He shined a couple lights in my eyes. Oh, and he had 2 students also, so they too had to shine lights. My vision had decreased some more and the pain is still crappy. He also agreed that about my diagnosis. He stated that the swelling must have been going on for a long time because there was damage. He agreed to the surgery, but he wanted to follow a few steps first, one being another spinal tap and increased Diamox. He explained to me that the surgery will not help the pressure in my brain, but will relieve the pressure behind my eye. He will be doing both the eyes. He also stated I might have to get the shunt put in my brain. He said that will cure everything. I have to go back to see him on September 12th or earlier if I just can't take it anymore. I'll update on what's going on, but so far the increase in Diamox is not doing anything. I want to thank you for taking the time to read my personal experience story. I know it's long, but I have been through a lot trying to figure out what was going on with me. In the midst of all this, I had found a lump in my right forearm which turned into 3 lumps. But thanks again, and I would love to hear from you if you went through any of these surgeries or if you have any information about the disorder. Thanks. Well, I wrote that back in, let's see, August 13th, 2011. And it is, what, now March 2013, so I think I need to update that just a little bit. Alright, thanks for listening. Bye.